It's time to decide. Happy Monday. It's another Mindset Mini with Charlotte Thornton, the career mentor for actors, helping you stay in the right mindset, helping you learn about marketing. And today I'm talking about time to decide. This connects to another video I've done, which is the importance of the full, but that's slightly cryptic. So I'm going to put it in a different way. And this actually relates to a little post that I put up recently, which I'm just going to read to you now. It's easy to be a naive idealist. It's easy to be a cynical realist. It's quite another thing to have no illusions and still hold the inner flame. Now, what I love about this quote is that I think it's very easy for us to fall into two positions. Either that over time through life, we've become cynical and we've adapted what we think is a realistic, often code for negative version of events. A belief that it'll be hard, that it'll be difficult, that it'll be struggle, that it probably won't happen, that there's no fairness. And it's not that there's no truth in that. Obviously, as we go through life, we do gain more experience. And so some of our optimism can diminish. But it's not our natural state. We're not born cynical. It happens over a period of time that we decide, you know, life isn't full of magic and joy and easiness and flow. But that doesn't mean to say that it can't be. And when we fix on the negative, we do kind of bring that in. So I often say that, you know, it's better to be the fool. And this is what I talked about before. The fool is someone who's open-hearted, in touch with their inner child, connected back to that sort of not jaded through life experience kind of self, which I find can be really attractive in that magnetic sense, in terms of people wanting to be around you and wanting to work with you. Being around cynical people, sometimes they can be quite funny, right? We all have a kind of cynical side that can be very humorous. But ultimately, I don't think those people are as successful or as happy as optimists. But equally, we don't want to fall into some sort of Disney version of life where we don't have any sense of reality. Again, a slightly difficult term because reality is perception based and all of us are perceiving it differently. So always a difficult term to use when people talk about being realistic. So I just basically think there's a choice that we have to make and decide whether we want to be the cynical realist, where we're probably going to be right most of the time. We're probably going to look smart a lot more often than the fool, or whether we be the fool and we're totally open-hearted and we believe almost anything is possible. And sometimes we're going to get egg on our face, but ultimately then when we do succeed, which we're more likely to in that mindset, it's all been worth it, if that makes sense. It's about not caring so much what people think on the journey to our success as we fall over and fall over and fall over, but keep getting up and keep holding that big vision that is slightly deluded. Some of the people who've done amazing things in the world have appeared at one point deluded. Yeah, whether you're the Wright brothers or Steve Jobs, people think that those people with really high ideals who are breaking through the existing paradigms or the norm are in some way deluded. But actually, those are the people who do break through because they hold that delusion with such commitment. And I guess that's what I mean today by it's time to decide, like absolutely commit. Now, in terms of that quote that I shared, it was a suggestion that we can hold both, which to me is kind of this quantum idea that instead of old paradigm, there's two options. Yeah, you're either an optimist and you're deluded, or you're a cynical, jaded, negative, that there's a spectrum. And to me, I kind of work with a lot of my clients with feet on the ground, being realistic and pragmatic, but head in the sky as in being visionary and working on that quantum energetic as well as in the practical Newtonian physics world. So it might sound a little bit complicated, but to me, it's several things. One is that I believe we can do both. And that is what she's saying in that quote is just the most amazing thing to be able to do, to understand some of that it's difficult, that it's unfair, but to carry on regardless and to hold that vision really strong. So I guess the opportunity today, or the invitation today, is just to decide and commit to the big vision and kind of to hell with other people thinking it's silly or it's stupid, or you know, even when they are sometimes right and it doesn't work out how you wanted it to, but you've got to kind of carry on regardless. And to me, that is I just think it takes immense courage And like I say, having been there on the journey, people are kind of like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, if I had £1 for every waitress who told me they were going to be an actress. Believe me, I heard it all, right? Didn't have an agent for 8 years. I have heard it all. When are you going to stop trying and do something else? But do you know what? When I then made my West End debut, all those people are like, oh God, so amazing. And oh, you're so lucky. No, I just stuck at it. I stuck at it when I looked like an idiot, basically. So, but commit to it. Like if you're going to do this thing, which isn't the norm, it isn't a 9-to-5 job, it isn't a regular career, it isn't linear, it will be difficult, it will be challenging, it will be unfair. But if you're going to do it, just fully get in it. Fully get in it and just go, yeah, embrace it. I'm going to be open-hearted. Yeah. And sometimes I'm going to look like a fool. I don't care. I don't care, because at some point there's going to be a payoff. So that's my invitation to you today. Just decide to be all in. Yeah. All in with you and your big vision and what you're trying to do. Yeah. Cool. All right. Have a great week. See you next time. Share this if you've enjoyed it. Like it if you've got some value out of it. And I will see you soon. Bye.